Mr. R.K. Vyas is a National President of Computer Society of India. In the past, he has held several leadership positions in CSI like National Treasurer, Regional Vice President, Regional Student Coordinator, various positions in Delhi chapters, etc. He has retired recently from full-time professional duties after having served in NIC and Delhi University for over 36 years, where he was involved in teaching, professional training, procurement, installation, and of computer hardware and software in the university. So I heartily welcome our chief guest, Mr. R.K. Vyas, sir. Over to you, sir, for your kind words, sir.
Good morning. Thank you, Pankaj. It's my pleasure to be here amongst you all for the inaugural ceremony of student branch of JIMS. Honorable Dr. Amit Gupta ji, Chairman, JIMS, Noida, Greater Noida. Dr. R.K. Raghuvanshi ji, Director. Professor, eminent educationist, Professor R.P. Maheshwari ji, whom I have met few times at JIMS Rohini when he was sitting there. Then Dr. Devendra Kumar, Dean, JIMS. Dr. Vivek Chaudhary, HOD Computer Science. Dr. Pankaj Yadav, Student Coordinator. And my CSI team of Dr. R.P.S. Tomar, Dr. Sharma, then my very good friend Saurabh Agarwal ji, who is with us for keynote talk. Friends, it's not my first visit to JIMS because I have been associated with the JIMS fraternity since last 20 years as an examiner, as a visitor, and at times as a recruiter also. And I have visited from, because JIMS, I recall around 15 to 20 years back, JIMS started from one of the place in Kalkaji behind Savitri Cinema. So I first went there as an expert evaluator from DOE ACC for certain O-level and A-level courses. That was my first visit to JIMS, and then I was associated with JIMS as an examiner of IP University, then in certain cases for recruiting of faculty members at JIMS Rohini and other places. And so I have actually been associated with JIMS, and JIMS Rohini has a very good student branch of Computer Society of India, which is there. Actually, I am residing in Rohini, so I am more close with the JIMS Rohini Sector 5, and previously they used to have some distance education program from MD University and others also. There also I used to go as an examiner from MD University and many places. So JIMS is not a new place, it is just like homecoming from me. And Deepak Gupta ji, Dr. Amit Gupta ji, and the university which they have formed in the Rajasthan, is really a task which has been done very eminently by them, and I hope they have been doing a very good task in the education field. Professor Maheshwari has always been blessing us at various occasions and various places at this, and today also he has given us very good instances how the students should be emulated for various kind of activities. I must say that Computer Society of India has been associated with all the computer professionals in the country. We have got around 700 to 800 student branches all over the country, and we have got 60 chapters in the country where we are associated with professionals from every part of professional organizations in a private, in the government, and in the academia. Many of the academias, many of the professionals like TCS, Infosys, SCL, many people are associated with us. Then all the universities, etc. are associated, and obviously the students who are the key stakeholders in the societies like Computer Society of India are with us. We cater to all walks of life. As Professor Maheshwari was saying, computer science is just not a software or just not for a coding, etc. It is basically coding to be emulated with hardware technology to develop the firmware, and finally we have to work on it. And we have really tried to do this by putting together all students, professionals, and the academicians on the same platform, so that holistic growth of the students and the young faculty members can be given at the various stages. We at Computer Society of India has various events which are being done at all levels. At student branches, they can conduct your own activity. Then we have got a state student level contest where we conduct IT quiz, coding contest, hackathons, and also paper presentations and project presentations, etc. Then we have got the regional student convention. Recently in Delhi, we have conducted the regional student convention of Region 1 at Maharaja Surajmal Institute, Delhi, a prominent institute of IP University. And today also, it was my pleasure to inaugurate 2 regional student convention, one at Kochi, Amrita University, Kochi, and another at Haldia Institute of Technology, West Bengal, Haldia. So this way, our students and most of our are associated across the country with various kind of activities which we Computer Society of India is doing them. And I must say, today in the morning when I was deliberating with them, they have told, being a regional convention, we try to get students from that region only. But in the Kochi and in Haldia, both places, students from Delhi, students from Goa, students from Maharashtra institutes, they all are gathered and taking very active part in various kind of activities which are being conducted there. And both these sessions are being conducted for 2 days. This way, we help students to come out of their own shell and interact with various kind of institution, number of types of students all across the country, so that they have the holistic growth and they know. Besides these activities or the parts with it, we have the expert talks from them. In Haldia Institute of Technology, today we had a talk from one of the prominent professor from Austria, Mike Hinchey. He is the president of International Federation of Information Processing. He was giving an expert talk there. And recently, I must tell you, in this pandemic era, Computer Society of India and its student branches and its chapters, vibrant chapters like Ghaziabad chapters and Patna chapter, Delhi chapter, and many more chapters has conducted more than 600 webinar activities all over the country. And all these webinars were on the latest topic. As Professor Maheshwari was saying, hardware. We were talking about the quantum computing. We were talking about the Internet of Things. We were talking about how the robotics and all these things, all these topics were discussed by various experts from not only from the country, only one of the best thing which we could get. And that I always say that during this pandemic, that is a blessing in disguise. We could connect the experts not only from the country, from outside the country also. Our eminent professors, from Indian professors also, who are outside the country, from UK, from Nigeria, from USA, they have been connected at various webinars on quantum computing, robotics, machine learning, and deep learning. And students had the young faculty really had a very good insight on these activities. Besides this, we at Computer Society of India print 3 types of journals. One is CSI Communication, which is our monthly journal, where we have got various kind of articles on ITs. And every month, this CSI Communication or the CSI Journal, which we are producing monthly journal, is based on one of the latest topic. Past few were on quantum computing, cloud computing, deep learning, and the current CSI Communication, which is already out today, and it has already reached to the members. That is, it was on Industry 4.0. So these kind of topics, there are research papers, there are articles, there are people, and there are certain kind of quiz activities and the reports of the activities being conducted by the student branch and the chapters in the CSI Communication, which is available on our web portal csi-india.org. Besides this, we have got a research journal which is being published quarterly, and we have got very eminent persons associated with this for getting all these research papers scrutinized, checked for various kind of activity things, means we check it through various things, and we only produce those type of things which do not have any kind of problems in those type of papers. And then for students, we have got an online journal, CSI Adyan. Sorry, CSI Adyan, which is again being monitored by our Honorable Secretary, Professor Vipin Tyagi ji. He is looking after it. Students can print their articles, their research papers. If any student can produce a quiz activity or questionnaire type of things, that is being there, and that CSI Adyan is being also produced bi-monthly. In 2 months, one of the this is. Besides that, we have got a journal from Springer. We have got our Section 8 company, which is there in association with topmost professionals from TCS, Dr. Mahalingam, Professor S.V. Raghavan from IIT Chennai, and they form a committee, and we have got a CSI Transactions, one of the journal with the Springer, which we have, and that has got really high rating. All these journals are SSN, the numbers are being there, and many students and their young faculty members are being benefited by these things. So CSI, which basically feels that all computer professionals all over the country, whether he's a student, he's a young faculty member, he's a professional from various organizations like DST, CSIR, DRDO, or NIC, they are together, and the academician all over the country are being associated with each other, and they share their knowledge on various platforms at various times, and all these things are also available to the students, so that the holistic growth of the students are there. All of us know the students are the future of the country, and that is why CSI has got a bigger role to play with the students, and that is why we give more and more opportunity to the students to participate in all activities. As Dr. Tomar has already says, we give some concessional registration fee. At times, some of the activities are without registration fee for the students, and all those things are there. CSI and JIMS Rohini has been conducting a lot of activities on the platform of Computer Society of India. I have been there because actually in earlier days, 4 or 5 years back, I used to travel all over the city and outside the city also. But now, due to the traffic chores and all those things, I generally don't drive much. So, but CSI Rohini is Sector 5 is very near to me. I'm in Sector 14, so I generally take part in all the activities, and whenever is needed in the JIMS Rohini at Sector 5 and at various activities of CSI or any kind of activities where other Deepak Gupta ji, Amit ji, and one of his brother, I'm not recalling that third person's name. I'm sorry for that. We are always meeting each other and doing that. So I think this student branch, which is being inaugurated, I have gathered from Dr. Chaudhary that we have the institutional membership for the JIMS Greater Noida, which is basically, I think, whether you have completed 5 years or not, it is still in infancy stage. I think infant JIMS Greater Noida is still infant. 5 years are not still completed, I think. So, but it is really coming up, and affiliation with IP University is also giving it a very good boost in the region of the Greater Noida. And one of the very prominent institute in that region, because of the name JIMS has already had in the previous. With the association of JIMS and Computer Society of India, I hope the students fraternity, not only of the computer science, but other fraternity and students of electronics, information technology, and others who can also be a part of this student branch, they can be benefited by various activities. We have a collaboration with various recently we have opened a college, this Center of Excellence with one of the very prominent organization in Hyderabad, where we'll be conducting a lot of certificate courses and yearly courses on professional lines. The 3 months course on deep learning, quantum computing, and if the student qualifies the 3 months course, then he can go for a 6 months course, and finally he can have a yearly PG diploma course also. We also have a plans to start our national student examinations which we used to do around 5 years back, but due to some reasons which has fallen back, but now we once again starting this year. So these words, I must welcome to all the students of the JIMS, Greater Noida, with the able guidance of the faculty members and the management committee of JIMS. They will be really proving, and they will taking the laurels and the knowledge sharing session with the help of the Ghaziabad chapter, who is a very active chapter in Computer Society of India, will be, and they will be really benefited by the Gaurav Sharma, Tomarji, and our Shailesh, other people, Shailesh ji, and obviously the professionals like Saurabh Agarwal ji. He is from TCS. So, and one more thing I must tell you, that we are organizing our annual national convention at Lucknow this year in the month of February. We are always keeping our fingers crossed. I feel that the pandemic may be over by that time, and we'll be able to conduct it physically, and we plan to conduct it physically, if not in a big manner, but in a small manner. Maybe if people do not allow it, then 100 to 200 people. Otherwise, last year in Bhubaneswar, we had around 500 persons attending the annual convention of Computer Society of India. There we conduct tutorials on various latest topics. We have got a student quiz contest and various other activities for students, paper presentation, and for young faculty members. We have got a YITP awards. We have got an IT Excellence Award. Saurabh ji is the convener of IT Excellence Award. That is for the industry people, and Young IT Professional Awards. That is for the students of the postgraduate student and the researchers who are less than 35 years of age. The final round of those activities will be conducted. And also we are going in for e-governance awards. We have got around 100 e-governance application across the country, which we are evaluating at the second stage. We have already started evaluation, and the finals of that round will be there, and eminent secretaries, etc., from various parts of the countries will be converging there for their final round of e-governance at Lucknow. So I give you this opportunity to be there and invite you all to be a part of National Annual Convention of Lucknow, of Computer Society of India at Lucknow, which is really very nearby to Delhi. And this opportunity should be availed by not only by the student, young faculty members, and I hope that some of the management committee members of JIMS, etc., will also be able to make it and give some kind of boosting to the student and the faculty members in the area of computer science, IT, and electronics, etc. With these words, I once again to the management, thanks to the management, thanks to the Ghaziabad chapter of Computer Society of India and the faculty members and Pankaj Yadav ji and others who has given me this opportunity to talk to you on this occasion of inaugural. And I will say best of luck to the newly created student branch of Computer Society of India at JIMS Greater Noida. Thank you very much. Namaskar to all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your blessing. Under the able mentorship of yours, we will be performing very well in as a student branch. That I assure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Sir, with your permission, I just digitally want to inaugurate our student chapter. You just say you can inaugurate. I will be sharing the inauguration, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you, sir.